Ladies and gentlemen, what's up, everyone? How are you doing? Another day, another opportunity for us to grow, another opportunity for us to keep taking action. Most importantly, be grateful. Take a moment right now and just think of 3 things that you can be grateful for. Let us know if you're watching on Instagram, you're watching on Facebook. Think about 3 things that you're grateful for right now. If you're watching on YouTube or Rumble, wherever you're watching, think about 3 things that you're grateful right now for and write them down. Put them in the comments, right? Put them in the comments. If you're watching right now, what's up, Carly? How you doing? Write it in the comments. 3 things that you're grateful for. Let's shift the mindset from lack, from fear, from what we don't have to focusing on what we do have, because what you focus on expands, ladies and gentlemen. What you focus on expands. What you focus on expands. It's not just about me talking and talking and talking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Luke Mind Power Podcast. A blessing to be alive. Focus on 3 things that you're grateful for. What are you grateful for? Write it down right now. What you focus on expands. I am grateful. I am doing this with you, ladies and gentlemen, okay? I'm not here to just tell you, hey, do this and write 3 things that you're grateful for. I am living and breathing this as well, okay? I'm here to do the work, all right? Everything you want is on the other side of action. You want to live your dreams, not your fears. You got to take action and you got to shift your mindset from negative to positive. Come on. Let me do this as well. I am grateful for my parents. I am grateful for my amazing fiance. I am grateful for my business. 3 things. I'm grateful for my parents. I'm grateful for my fiance, my amazing fiance. I'm grateful for my business, okay? Be grateful. I'm looking forward to spending some quality time with you today. I hope that you are moving forward in your life. And if you're not, I hope that this episode, no, I don't hope that this episode, whatever I'm going to say, I know that this episode is going to change your life. I know that there's a golden nugget. I was talking to my clients today on our coaching program. I said, every time you join a coaching session, every time you take some sort of action, every time you watch the replay of our coaching calls, there is a golden nugget waiting for you to collect. And how I explain this, ladies and gentlemen, there is a golden nugget for you. You're watching on Facebook, you're watching on Instagram. There's a golden nugget that you're going to take away from this podcast episode, from this live, right? And if you get inspired, let me tell you something. If you get inspired by watching me today and you're tuning in right now, guess what? Take some action. Giving starts the receiving process. Share this live with your friends, okay? Take action. Spread more positivity. This is the way where we make a lot of changes in the world, by sharing and giving and sharing more positivity and more. We give people more hope because there's so many of us dealing with so many challenges. Some of us just don't even know how to get out of our own head. And if you stay in your head, you're dead. So we have to train our brain to be focused more on the positive rather than the negative, because there's too much negativity out there, okay? And that's going to rip you apart. It's going to take away your freaking dreams. It's going to steal your heart. So I look forward to this podcast episode with you. And I just want to remind you that if you want access to my latest success training that I've just completed, and it's free, send us a message on Instagram or Facebook with the word growth, and I'll send you our free live success training that we just released. Okay. It's going to help you to discover your purpose, find yourself again, overcome your fears and doubts, and really inspire you to keep moving forward. So just send us a message, write the word growth, and I'll send it to you, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, this podcast episode has some golden nuggets, okay? And all you need to get is one of them. There's just one, right? There's one golden piece of inspiration or energy or word or something is going to be said. There's a message coming. There's a message. God is working through me to connect with you, so that you are able to receive something. And if you've got a piece of paper and a pen and you're able to chill out right now and actually sit down, fantastic. If you can't, that's okay too. But I just want you to pay attention, because there's something that's going to be said that's going to create a massive shift in your life. It's going to create a massive breakthrough in your life. It's going to create some sort of opportunity that's going to come your way. It's going to create more abundance in your life. It's going to create more peace in your life. It's going to create more positivity in your life. It's going to create more momentum in your life. You're going to be feeling more motivated in your life. And maybe it's just going to be me and my energy and my presence that's going to push you forward. Maybe that's the golden nugget. Maybe it's not even something that I say. Maybe it's my passion of just showing up and you're like, damn, what? I need some of that. Give me some of that energy, Luke. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's why I'm here. Listen to the Luke Mind Power podcast. I'm here to inspire you and help you unlock your greatness. And you know what? I'm just here to be me. And whether you're open to receiving my energy and my messages and what I talk about and what I share, beautiful. And if your ego gets in the way or you're just not open or you're not ready to receive it, guess what? That's okay too, right? I've learned along this journey, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm not for everyone and everyone's not for me, you know? And once you really understand your power, you learn your self-worth, you understand who you are, you learn how to set healthy boundaries, you trust yourself more. Listen, life is a journey. And there are many lessons to learn, and there's many experiences that you have to go through in order for you to actually become who you're supposed to be. And maybe you're on that path right now where you're going through some lessons and you're going through some experiences, but you're actually struggling to comprehend or understand why life isn't changing. And the answer sometimes isn't in what I tell my clients when we're coaching, which is still true. If you're not evolving and you're not learning the lessons, then you're stagnating, then you're staying the same. Now, that's not necessarily a bad place to be. And you're probably thinking like, why? Aren't I supposed to evolve? Aren't I supposed to be better? Aren't I supposed to learn from the lessons? For example, you're in a very unhealthy work environment or you're in a very toxic relationship. And all that keeps happening is you just keep being belted. Wrong wording. You just keep being like put down, for example. Belted. I don't even know where I got that from, but I guess if you're in a physically abusive relationship, you could get belted. You could be physically abused. I guess maybe I was trying to say that. But you're being put down a lot, for example, maybe in your work or maybe at home or in your relationships, you're constantly being put down. So obviously you're going to be conscious now, as you're listening to this podcast and you're like, I'm listening to the Luke Mind Power podcast. It makes complete sense that I'm not learning the lesson and I keep going back to that destructive environment that's not helping me to feel peace. And it seems like I am my own worst enemy. So why don't we take action? You know, why don't we actually learn the lesson and move on and grow from the experience? Why don't we make the changes that we're supposed to make in this moment of whatever struggle or challenge that we're dealing or facing with at the moment? Why don't we move? Why don't we change? So you want to know the answer to that? Well, I guess there's a few variables. There's a quote that says, I had to make you uncomfortable. Otherwise you wouldn't move. Let that sink in. I had to make you uncomfortable. Normally it's a quote by God or the universe. I've seen them on Instagram. I had to make you uncomfortable. Otherwise you wouldn't move. God. Or I've seen the universe. Yeah, I know you're listening and you're like, shit. Oh, maybe I'm not uncomfortable enough. You know, and that also means, maybe it's not hurting enough. Maybe it's you just sabotaging yourself constantly because this is familiar and you've just always been used to being teared down. You've always been used to being pushed away or pushed to the side or not heard or not loved or not supported or bullied or talked down to. Maybe that's your default. And remember, your default now of what it is that you are and how your subconscious mind works, that's your comfort zone. That's what you're used to. So rightly so that whatever it is that you're thinking about, if you're thinking about yourself in a really negative way or you don't think very highly of yourself, this is the crazy part. A lot of your thinking, because of your experiences or your relationships or how your experiences have shaped you and made you think about yourself, actually these thoughts are not yours, which is crazy to think because, I was working with a client today and she said, I keep putting myself down. And after she finished speaking, I said to her, let's just go back to what you said. You said, I keep putting myself down. And I said, Are you putting yourself down, or is it your ex-relationship that was very unhealthy and you were talked down to for a long period of time, that now that subconscious programming, which is all the thoughts of you not feeling worthy or good enough or confident in yourself, now that conversation is overbearing, overpowering, and it's forcing you to feel not good. Isn't that interesting? So I said, be a witness to your thoughts. You are not your mind. You have the ability to understand and be self-aware of your thoughts. Where are they coming from? Who put that there? It's a beautiful understanding and appreciation that you are a product of your environment, that you become whatever you are exposed to. You absorb like a sponge in the freaking sink that absorbs the water. And when we don't leave an environment that maybe isn't empowering us, we become that. We absorb the negativity, we absorb all the bullying, we absorb all the doubting, that's been put there by other people, and then we think that it's ourselves. Oh, I doubt myself enough. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I was told that I could never achieve success. All right. And it's like, well, is that your truth? Is that what you think? Or is that something that someone else told you that now has become your truth because that's what's in your brain, because that's what you were exposed to over the years and years and years? Isn't that a revelation? And that's why I say you're not your thoughts, you're not your mind. And it's like, well, then, Luke, how do I program my mind? Well, in order for things to change, you got to change. And one of those things you need to change is you got to change your thinking. Then you got to change your environment. Then you got to change your habits. Then you got to work on yourself. Then you got to invest in yourself. That's why I keep telling you about my coaching program. That's why I keep coming on the Luke My Pal podcast, to help you feel inspired, motivated, to help you freaking take some sort of action. Because if you want change, you got to take action. You think that your mind is just going to change itself? No, it's been programmed that way through everything that you've been through. So you have decisions and choices to make every single day of, do I want to stay the same or do I want to evolve? And if you're not uncomfortable enough, guess what? You won't evolve. You will stay in the familiar, because in the familiar is what you know, and that's all you've ever known yourself to be. So that's all you're going to be, and that means you're just going to stay there. So we have to get to a point where we realize that, if I don't make any changes, this is going to be my life. I'm going to be stuck in this kind of predicament for a long time, if not for the rest of my life. And you got to really ask yourself, is that what I'm here for? Am I here to let my thoughts control me, which are not my thoughts? Am I here to let my past experiences control me, or am I here to actually live in the present and make choices and decisions that are the opposite of the things that I've been doing, that are going to help me to become someone I've never been before and live a fulfilling life that I fucking created? Not that I'm living on default from the past experiences that I've been through, ladies and gentlemen. Break it down. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Many of us are just doing that unknowingly, unconsciously, because we just don't have that level of awareness, and I love what my clients are saying in the Superpower Mastermind, is that, they're just like, just saying, I'm just so much more self-aware. Like, just that. Your change in your life, it starts from self-awareness. Self-awareness. And when you become aware of your own bullshit, you become aware of the things that are happening in your life and the things that you're doing and the patterns that are causing you to like run away from your trauma or your pain, or the patterns that are causing you to not actually make progress in your life, or the procrastination or the doubts or the fears or the rumination that keeps happening, or the stories that you've been telling yourself for fucking 20 years as to why you can't do something, which not even is your story. It's from fucking some bullshit experience that you went through, that all of a sudden over the next 20 years you kept thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking about that, and now you became that story, and that's what's controlling your reality. So it's up to you, man. It's up to you. And this is all a matter of the reality that you want to be living. Is that the life that you want to be living? So again, we all have choices every day. You can decide to say, hey, you know what, ladies and gentlemen, on Instagram and Facebook, we have a live event this weekend, live in New Jersey. Have you got your ticket? Because if you haven't, message me so I can send you. The link is in my bio. Get the tickets. Join us via virtual live stream on Zoom, or you can come in person. Get your tickets. Join us. It's going to be extraordinary. It's called A Day of Growth and Healing. If you're watching on Rumble or on YouTube, the link in the description below, you can get your virtual live stream tickets, or you can get your in-person tickets. But most likely, if you're watching this one on Rumble or YouTube, the event's probably passed. So, but if you do want the replay, of course, you can purchase a virtual ticket, and you'll get the replay, if it is after this. Actually, what I'll do, I'm going to put in, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll put the link in the description so you can purchase the replay if you want it. But again, if you're watching live right now on Instagram, Facebook, if you want to join us for A Day of Growth and Healing on the 15th, which is this weekend, click the link in my bios. There is a link there for the tickets. Get yourself a ticket. Join us. It's going to be a day of growth and healing. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait to spend some more quality time with people who are serious about their success and they really want to transform their life. And most importantly, I get to meet everyone. So I'm grateful that I can create an event like this that allows people to come together physically. You know what I mean? Because the virtual world and social media is beautiful, but when we get to really connect in person, it's just on another level. So get your tickets on all my social media platforms and stay in the loop, because every time I do have an event or something, if you check my bios on all my social media platforms, you'll see what Luke is up to. You'll see what I'm doing. But again, the fulfillment, we want fulfillment. We want more peace, we want more happiness. Life is a journey, not a destination. Don't expect that you're going to reach some level. You're going to be happy for the rest of your life, because, shit happens, man. Life happens through the experiences that you go through in life, and it's up to you to kind of make the moves. You're on a chessboard. What's my next move? How do I want my life to be? What do I want it to look like in 12 months time? Because your 12-month, forecast of where you're going to be in 12 months time is just a reflection of the action that you're taking today. Whatever you do today is going to matter in 12 months time. So if you really, really, really want to be in a better place, or you want to, become more successful, or you want to attract a healthy relationship, the way to do it is to start today. And a lot of the times we think that we have time. We have so much time, and I think if we step away from them thinking about time, oh, don't worry, I'll do it later. Instead, like as I started this podcast episode, practice gratitude. Focus on 3 things that you're grateful for. Write it down right now. And that way, at least you can be in this moment of appreciating the journey, appreciating your life right now, instead of constantly losing yourself in the future, in what you haven't achieved yet. And of course, there's nothing wrong with being a visionary and having imagination of your future life, but at the same time, enjoy your life. You only get one, you're here, make it the best. Why would you not want to make your life the best? And if you don't, of course, look, if you're listening to the Luke My Power podcast, then I know that you want to live your dreams. Simple as that. You wouldn't be listening to this going, freaking shut up, man. I don't want to live a freaking good life. I want to live a shit life. Well, then don't listen to this podcast, because this podcast is only going to help you to live your fucking best life. You live your dreams, freaking tackle your challenges and face your fears so that you can step up into your greatness and live your life properly. You know what I mean? But guys, thank you for showing up. Thanks for being here with me. Time just flies, and I'm going to finish up now because I've got a busy schedule ahead, and I look forward to continuing to inspire you guys on the Luke Mind Power podcast, wherever you're tuning in, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Rumble, YouTube, Amazon Music, Audible, all the platforms that are being here. I'm looking forward to 2025 and continue to show up, and I hope that you did get a golden nugget from this podcast. I'm sure that you did. I'm sure there was something that triggered you, or maybe you needed to hear. But remember that your success is defined by a lot of different things. It's a part of your journey. It's a part of balance, consistency, repetition, taking action, surrounding yourself with the right community, surrounding yourself with the right people, repetition. But guess what? You got to take some action. You got to invest in yourself. You got to make moves. You got to move. You got to change your environment. You got to freaking do so many different things. You got to have a strong confidence, relationship with yourself, love yourself, believe in yourself, believe in God, have a connection to your higher source, right? So that you have that faith in those moments of challenge, in the moments of despair, in the moments of things going wrong, and you don't know who to call to, you're going to call someone and go, help me. I need some help, man. I'm dying. I'm struggling. I don't know what to do. And that's why having a really good connection with the universe, with God, whatever your source is, that your divinity, your spirit, is really important, because when you have that deeper connection, man, you are connected, you are powerful. There's nothing that can stop you, and everything that you are going through is something you're going to get through, and you're going to become stronger and stronger and stronger as you keep pushing through. No matter what you're going through, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter what you're going through. What matters is that you focus on being grateful today. You focus on realizing that God is putting you through this test. This test will become your testimony. You're going through this test for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. There's something that you're being taught right now. There's something that's being built right now. There's something in you that you didn't know that you needed to work on right now that's going to help you in years to come. And you're going to reflect on these moments of your life, and you're going to look back and you're going to go, wow, that was tough. But I didn't know that God had my back. I didn't know that I was so powerful and I could get through this, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. You can hear it now. You can feel it now. I know that you came for this golden nugget. I wasn't going to let you down. This is the Luke Mind Power Podcast. It's a blessing to be alive. Never give up on yourself. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Let's freaking go.